When we think about Thailand's food, one of the first dishes that comes to mind is pad thai, the sweet and sour stir-fried rice noodle dish with tamarind, bean sprouts, shrimp, peanuts, scrambled eggs, and sugar. We think of it as quintessentially Thai, and the origin story that you find online reinforces the idea of it being a dish steeped in Thai culture and national pride. The story goes that Thai ultranationalist dictator Pibulsongkram, known as Phibun, invented and promoted pad thai in the 1940s as part of a drive to create a strong Thai identity touching every aspect of society and culture, including food. Or did he? It's such a powerful narrative for a national dish. A strong national leader creates a dish that becomes the symbol of a nation. Unfortunately, once you start looking into the historical evidence, this origin story gets weaker and weaker. But, as it usually happens, the real history is more complex and more interesting than the myth. Let's see what history tells us about Phibun, his nationalist dictatorship, and its link to Thailand's most famous noodle dish and its mythical origins. Phibun ruled Thailand from 1939 until 1944, and then again from 1948 until 1957. He was a member of the Nationalist People's Party, which in 1932 staged a coup to replace Thailand's absolute monarchy with a constitutional monarchy and a national assembly effectively running the country. Phibun and his fellow party members, inspired by fascist governments in Italy and Germany, wanted to create a strong state and a national identity based on militarism, strength, and national pride. To achieve this, they emulated many aspects of fascist governments, including establishing a paramilitary organization based on the Hitler Youth, wide censorship of the media, and propaganda around an idealized past. And when Phibun took power in 1939, he really went to town in trying to emulate the fascist leaders back in Europe and did the most dictatorial things you expect. He gave himself multiple roles and titles. His birthday became a national holiday. He was called the Punam, or leader, to emulate Mussolini being called Duce and Hitler being called Führer. He created wartime slogans that focused on him, such as One Nation, Thailand, One Leader, Pibulsongkram, or Save the Nation by believing in Phibun. And because he was born on a Wednesday, which in Thai culture is associated to the color green, then green became extremely popular. And because he was born in the year of the cock, the symbol of the cock was used everywhere in government buildings. People were encouraged to hang his picture in their house. People had to bow at the cinema if his image was shown on the screen. Oh, and of course he had his political opponents imprisoned or executed, as any respectable fascist dictator would. But Phibun's ultimate goal as the leader was to create a better, more modern Thailand with a strong cultural identity. To achieve this, he issued 12 Thai cultural mandates which instructed Thai people how to live, eat, speak, dress, act, and basically exist. It is actually due to one of his cultural mandates that the country's name was changed from Siam to Thailand, or why the Sawadika greeting is used today. Phibun stressed the importance of Thais to look civilized in the eyes of other nations, mainly because he didn't want Thailand to be colonized by the West. He stated, "We must be as cultured as other nations, otherwise no country will come to contact us. Or if they come as superior. Thailand will be helpless and soon become colonized. But if we are highly cultured, we would be able to uphold our integrity, independence, and keep everything to ourselves." And of course, his mandate also told people how to eat. Thais needed to use forks and knives instead of their hands to eat food, and he also stated Thai people should make an effort to consume only food made from Thai products. And as any respectable fascist, Phibun promoted the need for self-sufficiency, or prioritizing national products and culture over foreign goods and influences. But when it came to food, there was a problem. Phibun's government had to find a way to promote Thai products and Thai cuisine at a time where a series of crop failures threatened the availability of the nation's staple food, rice. There were widespread shortages, so encouraging people to eat Thai rice would have been detrimental. So Phibun's government then decided to focus on promoting rice noodles instead, as they could feed more people this way, since noodles were a mix of rice and other starches. This meant they could still promote Thailand's key crop as a symbol of national identity. But again, there was another issue. While noodles featured in Thai cuisine, mostly in soups, they weren't a staple, especially when stir-fried. Stir-frying rice noodles was not a traditional dish or cooking technique in Thai cuisine. It was Chinese. So the government now needed to turn a stir-fried noodle dish into a Thai dish and get people to eat it and associate it to Thai culture and Thai pride, which they did. A national campaign with the slogan, "Noodle is your lunch," was started. And in one of his speeches, Phibun stated, "I want my brothers and sisters to eat noodles together, because noodles are good for the body. They have sour, salty, sweet flavors. Everything can be made in Thailand. They're cheap, easy to find, and delicious." To support this propaganda campaign, noodle carts were subsidized and built in great numbers. Vendors were given recipes and local Thai ingredients. Eating noodles became very popular and very Thai. And here is where the many stories around the birth of pad thai originate. Some say that Phibun himself came up with the recipe. Others say simply that one of the recipes distributed by Phibun's government to noodle street vendors was pad thai. Others say there was a recipe contest and a government official's wife won with the recipe of pad thai, and then it became popular. Phibun's son claims that they used to eat pad thai at home, and then his father decided it should become a popular dish as it was cheap and nutritious. But sources and evidence for these origin stories are pretty weak, although the story of Phibun personally inventing pad thai seems to have stuck in the collective imagination, with people still celebrating Phibun by eating pad thai to this day. And sure, he does have some credit. It's clear that his government did in fact successfully promote stir-fried noodles as a Thai dish. And what is certain is the impact of the propaganda campaign, which allowed pad thai to emerge as a new addition to the Thai culinary repertoire. But Phibun would have never been able to promote rice noodles in the first place or contribute to the birth of pad thai without the important culinary contribution of the Chinese population living and working in Thailand for centuries. Contributions that Phibun intentionally erased during his noodle campaign. As I said earlier, stir-fried rice noodles were a distinctly Chinese dish that uses a traditional Chinese cooking technique. And it's the dish that came to the rescue at a time of food shortages during Phibun's reign. But for Phibun, it was unacceptable for this dish to be associated with the Chinese. It was essential for it to be rebranded and assimilated as purely Thai. At the time, the Chinese were the scapegoat of the Thai nationalist and fascist regime. They were the big, scary other that was a threat to Thailand's culture, economy, and national unity. Already in 1914, prior to Phibun's regime, King Rama VI had claimed that the Chinese were the Jews of the East, due to their reluctance to assimilate, their prominent economic activities, and their habit of sending money back to their families in China. During Phibun's dictatorship, some members of his government even suggested that they should treat the Chinese the same way Hitler treated the Jews. And the Phibun government did implement some anti-Chinese policies. They banned Chinese schools and newspapers, put restrictions and high taxes on Chinese-owned businesses, and Chinese activists were deported. But the policies never mirrored the ones applied to Jews in Germany, also because many leading figures in the government were part Chinese. As a side note, I particularly enjoyed the denial expressed by Phibun's own son, who downplays the xenophobic sentiments of his father's regime, stating Phibun was not being anti-Chinese, he was perhaps being pro-Thai, as if these two feelings are mutually exclusive and not part of the same fascist and nationalist project that needs a scapegoat to rally against. Anyways, can you imagine pro-Thai Phibun having to admit that the noodle dish that helped avoid the worst of the food shortages and that he chose to promote was Chinese? Even the original name of the dish was Kwai Tiao Pad Thai. Kwai Tiao meaning rice noodles in Chinese, so its name literally means Thai-style stir-fried rice noodles. And then it was shortened to Pad Thai, a Thai stir-fry. No need to mention the Chinese noodles anymore. But just as the name transformed, so did the dish, from a Chinese stir-fried noodle dish to a more culturally appropriate version with Thai ingredients like chili, tamarind and bean sprouts, thanks to Phibun's cultural mandate to focus on Thai products, thus allowing Pad Thai to become a staple of Thai cuisine that people could embrace while erasing the Chinese origins of the dish. A true success of Phibun's Thaification and assimilation of Chinese culture. Okay, so Pad Thai wasn't Phibun's personal invention, and it wasn't a complete copycat of the Chinese stir-fried noodles sold at the time. And while we have no written evidence of how Pad Thai was born, it was most likely the result of Phibun's promotion of noodles combined with his cultural mandate promoting consumption of Thai ingredients and this erasure of Chinese culture. I do think it's quite ironic and hypocritical that our national government with prominent anti-Chinese sentiment relied on Chinese noodles and a Chinese cooking technique to feed the nation and to promote national identity. And I think this is exactly what makes the history of Pad Thai so interesting. Not the speculation that it was invented by a fascist dictator, more that even in this ultranationalist project attempting to establish a pure culture, The valuable impact and contribution of migrants and other cultures cannot be ignored, and in fact were essential to his nationalist project. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.